What's up, leaders? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Lead From Your podcast. I'm Jason. Today, we're talking about ambition. And ambition is, at its core, not a bad thing. And I think anybody that wants to have ambition should definitely have it and utilize it to further yourself, your career, your family, your salary, or whatever your ambition is driven towards. Where ambition becomes a problem is when you put it in front of your team. When you become a leader, your team is your number one priority. Your ambition is there. It's important. It's necessary to continue to grow yourself, to push yourself, to go beyond where you are currently. As long as it stays in that spot where it helps you stay driven and helps you focus on what's your top priorities in your role, it can be very healthy. Where ambition can get unhealthy is where you start using it to differentiate between yourself and your team. It's always important to be growing and pushing yourself and going beyond where you are now, but if you are doing that at the detriment of your team or any one of your people or any one of your peers, you are essentially hurting yourself and everyone around you. It is your job as a leader to take care of your people, to take care of your team, to make sure that whatever part of the business you're running is 100% in the best state it possibly can be, regardless of what your actual outcome is individually. What I mean by that is it's easy to get into this spot where it's like, okay, I'm a manager now and I want to be a senior manager or a director or a VP or whatever, and you can start doing things that will put you in a spot where you are making decisions that may be really good for your career, but really bad for everybody else's underneath you. Or maybe it's pushing your career and just kind of like holding everybody back a little bit. It's not like wholly negative. But that's the thing, is even if it's just like you're getting a nice big boost and everybody else is just kind of staying flat, you're not doing right by your team. You're not doing right by your charge as a leader, which is to lead. And that does not mean taking all the credit. That does not mean looking for opportunities to advance your career while ignoring everybody else. It does not mean utilizing the team or its success or the things it's doing to leverage your own position. Those are all things that will happen naturally if you are taking care of your team. And I think that's the thing that people get mixed up in when it comes to ambition, is that they feel like they need to continue to outshine everybody else. They need to continue to be the person that gets stuff done. What I can tell you is that from my experience, the people that are the leaders, and I'm going to say leaders in quotes, the people that are the leaders that do that and look after their own career more than they look after anybody else's are the ones whose careers end up falling short, getting let go, or ultimately end up becoming a very divisive leader. All right, so it's bad to do that, right? But how do I avoid doing that as a leader? How do I avoid putting myself in a situation where my ambition might put me in a bad spot with the team or with my leadership or with my own career path? The first thing we're talking about is trust. So it may seem counterintuitive to be like, just because I'm driving my own career forward and kind of letting everybody else figure their own stuff out, it may not feel like, oh, I'm breaking people's trust, but people are looking to you to lead them. They're looking for you to help them drive their career forward, help make good decisions in the team, make sure that the team is on the right path that helps everybody find success, including the business. So if you are putting yourself in front of the business and the team, you're going to drive distrust in your leaders, and you're going to drive distrust in the people you lead, and you'll definitely drive distrust within your peers. So it's important for you to balance it all out very well. And when it comes down to it, I would say your leadership ability, your ability to lead your teams and grow your people and support the business speaks louder than anything else you could do individually will ever do as a leader. Sure, there's going to be little things you do as a leader that will boost your stock price a little bit. Ultimately, what really changes your career as a leader is building solid teams that support the business. If both places are happy, your trajectory as a leader will be infinitely stronger than you being just a solid individual contributor leader. The second thing is a lot of people kind of get stuck between the business and their people and the business and their people, and like, I want to support the business, and sometimes I need to like put my people at a detriment to support the business, right? And it's, at the end of the day, you are going to be in situations where the business is going to have to take precedence, but more often than not, your people should be your main focus. And if you're building people and you're challenging people and you have trust and empathy as the foundation of your team, you will ultimately build a team that will support the business without you having to go in there and do it yourself. There will be times where you kind of have to go back and forth, no doubt, especially when you're having new teams or new projects and things like that. But that's the key, is focus on your people. If you focus on your people, they will support the business. And if the business is supported and finding success from teams that are successful that you've built, your career will continue to stay on an uptrend and you will continue to find success as a leader and continue to be able to push your ambition. And then from there, there's opportunities for you to find places where you can individually contribute to the business or the team or something that supports both. And that's where the power comes in, is if you're doing your focus here, you will eventually get to a stability spot where things will be moving smoothly enough for you to figure out, where are gaps that I can close? Where are things I can do cross-functionally? Where are there things that I can do within my peer group? What are the things that I can do to support both the team and the business, and also put myself in a situation where I'm using my ambition to drive my career forward without neglecting the two most important parts of being a leader, which is the business and your team. That's where the magic is being able to build a solid, healthy team and then helping that team support the business and building a very solid department that your team works within to support the business. Then from there, you have to figure out where I can fit my own skills into the gaps that I see in between the business and the team, or within the team's day-to-day, or within the business's day-to-day. So I'm not saying you have to ignore your ambition. Don't ignore it totally. Utilize it to be focused on your people in the business, and then once you get those to healthy spots, and you have teams and departments built on trust that are working effectively, then it's your opportunity to shine a little bit more and find things that you can help close the gap to make a better profit margin, make people's lives happier, make the business run smoother, whatever that is, whatever your skill set is, whatever your ambition and what your passion is, that's where you utilize your ambition to shine a little bit. If you're shining and everything else is struggling, you're doing it backwards. I hope this was helpful. Ultimately, the goal is to take care of the people in your charge, whether that is your team, the business, or an individual on the team. Do it all first. Get them in a stable spot and then take your time to shine, because honestly, the foundation of a good leader is how good are their teams, how good do their teams support the business. If any of that's not doing well, it doesn't matter how much you shine, you're going to look bad. And I don't want that for any leader. If you have any questions, please hit me up, jason@leadfromhere.co. If you like what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. It means the world to me. Otherwise, take care.